in, well, who am I? I'm an entrepreneur, a businessman, every angle anyway, But yeah, if you want to know more, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm just a businessman.
So, like, what are you currently, like, working on now? Obviously, you're a businessman, but what are you currently like, working on now?
Well, at the moment, I've got a clothing line,
Okay.
my Harding Fitness clothing line. I teach boxing as well. I do a bit of fitness, yeah. And also, yeah, trying to get into property, getting to know the game a bit more. So I got my friend help me with that, So yeah.
That's awesome. It's so good to see you, like, because some of the guests that come on here, like, some of them I don't know, some of them I actually know personally, but you're probably one of the guests that I've known for the longest.
I know. Yeah. How long has he been? Wow, I've known you since. Yeah, we was little.
Yeah, I've known him for like 2 decades, guys.
2 decades, yeah, man.
And obviously, if you're new here, like, nice to meet you. If you're returning in 2021, thanks for coming back. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of like get into like your process of how you kind of started becoming what is now known as entrepreneur. Like, obviously, we even had like a conversation prior, and you were saying like you've always had this like hustler mentality, like from school days and everything. Like, do you think that is where it started, or?
You know what? I think when it comes to hustling, most people do have the mindset. You understand? It's just about executing that mindset, that plan, that vision. That's the hard part. Easy. Uni and that, finishing, trying to find your purpose, trying to find out what am I meant to do, your identity, and all these kind of things. So, you can't get stuck in a bubble, but, after a while, with prayer, with everything, you find yourself, your gift, your area of field, and then you just go and you get to work.
Yeah.
Take some actions. Yeah.
But you know what? I don't know whether you know or not. You probably don't even know. But like, you were one of the people that actually gave me the best advice. Like, that I even still keep till today. Like, you gave it to me in uni, and obviously it wasn't like, it was a quote that you learned at the time. And
I know many quotes.
Yeah,
which one was that one?
Yeah, from now, like, it was a quote that you like told me, because I think like I was in the library and you were just like, like I was finding it hard to like do my uni work, and I was just like, like uni, like uni, that just that just says it in itself. Yeah. So I was just like, you just like, you were talking about like just your like, everyone that meets you, I think they'll agree that you've never been someone that is just idle chat. Like, you've always been someone that's like making sure that you impart like vision and all these kind of things. Like, so even
no, go on.
Even the quote, it was like, if
go on, remember it, girl. we can't flop on live.
We cannot. It's
if you believe you can achieve it.
No.
Okay. Which one?
If you don't see what you saw, then what you see is temporary.
If you don't see what you saw, what you see is temporary.
Yeah. So basically, if what you're seeing now is not the vision that you've seen, then the thing that you're living in now is temporary.
Wow,
and I held that for the rest of my life.
Wow,
my gosh. Like,
I even forgot about that one.
Yeah, listen, like, you never know like what you can say like that is gonna empower someone. So like, I would just like to say thank you for that. Cause
no,
like,
come on, man. No, thank God, man. Come on.
Even like in the times where I'm just like, is this thing gonna work? Or like, I'm just like, no, it's temporary, because I only said that like it's temporary. It's like sometimes like you don't know even how much you impact someone. Like, it might just be something that you learn, and then you're just like, I'm just passing it to you. But it's like or not, like, a lot of people now, they believe in like energy and manifesting and everything, but I believe it's like you literally pass the spirit on to me, that it's like,
that's good. I'm happy. I'm happy to hear that. Honestly, I'm happy to hear that. And my own perspective with life, I just think, if life, we can have fun, we can play, we can, connect with people, enjoy friendship and things like that. But for me, life is beyond fun, innit? I don't think life is about purpose and destiny. And if you're not doing anything, to pursue your own identity and who you are, then you're just gonna be lost in the crowd. So, and obviously with these things, it comes with a price to pay. You gotta make certain sacrifices. So yeah, definitely, man. I'm happy to hear that though. and the quote stayed with you. And I got more quotes if you want, you know.
Mate.
So let me know.
Mate, so when would you say that you, obviously it's an ongoing journey, but when would you say that you were just like, yeah, this is the moment that I'm now finding out who I am and who like I want to be, what I want to pursue, kind of thing?
That's a very good question. To answer your question, you know, was through pain. Believe it or not, you know, I think I was at a place where, you know, some people say depression, some people say low self-esteem. You know, so many things, you know, these kind of things are inevitable, you know, in life, you know, these kind of emotions. But I just had to put myself together. And I said, you know, like, I can't sit down and feel pity for myself.
Yeah.
I'm giving everyone the quotes, but I'm not
It's
even,
true.
you know what I mean? I'm not even, you know, execute my own quote. So,
Yeah, literally.
so I had to, you know, it was through pain, you know, that, you know, certain things got birthed, you know, through prayer, certain things got birthed as well. So I was just really happy, you know, to jump up. And when I jumped up, when I took certain actions, you know, and I saw certain results, I'm like, you just get addicted to it. Yeah.
It's actually funny that you say that. Not even funny, but
Yeah.
you know, it's
I know
funny
what
that
you mean.
say-
I know what you mean. I
say
know what
that,
you mean.
But it's because it's like I find that like most of the time, like in your emptiness, that's when you find that who like you really are, like to your
Yeah.
core. Like sometimes
Yeah.
like you think, oh yeah, I know who I am. Da, da, da,
Yeah.
da. But when you're down, like you're back, like down to the bottom of your
Yeah,
barrel,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're just like,
You see no way out. You
like,
feel helpless. You're like, whoa.
yeah, you're like, oh,
You know.
and that's like the moment of self-discovery. And I feel like I
Exactly.
can say the same for myself. Like,
Exactly. Look at this pandemic. You know,
Innit?
a lot of people have actually started businesses during the pandemic.
Yeah.
You know, they're at home, can't go anywhere, stressed, bored, don't know what to do. You know, and so many people have started businesses, and you know,
Yeah.
which are picking up. Like I see, you know, socials and things like that. So that's really good. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes through trials and controversy that, you know, you can birth greatness.
yeah, definitely. Wow.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm back.
Yeah, I'm back.
I'm back.
Wow. Okay. I don't know if we should move on to what our topic is for today. Yeah. Our topic for today is based on, I would say, generational pressure from like migrant parents.
Okay, elaborate. What do you mean?
Like, say for example, you have a parent that they came from another country.
Yeah.
Obviously they've strived and they've worked really hard to get here themselves,
Yeah.
and then they have a certain expectation of you.
Yeah.
And certain people might feel a bit of pressure because they might not be living up to or going in the direction their parents thought that they were going in.
Yeah.
And then the thing that actually sparked this conversation was there's a comedian called Big Tipper. I don't know if you know him.
Probably by face.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And he basically had a video come out online of his mum basically like calling him a failure, basically.
Okay. Okay.
He's a comedian, and so like people I think like saying basically, oh, she shouldn't have said that, da, da, da. But I know that it's common for like African parents. I can only speak for African parents because I'm from African
Africa.
background.
Yeah.
For them to be like very concerned about where you're going, like
Want
if
to be a lawyer, be doctor,
yeah,
be
literally,
this, be that.
literally.
Yeah.
So, do you think there's a certain pressure that comes from maybe even pressure parents in general? Because like you don't even have to be from Africa. Like
Yeah, I mean, there's pressure everywhere. Yeah, like you said, you know, yeah. Obviously, we relate more because obviously, you know, African parents tend to put a lot of pressure on their kids. You know, but obviously, everyone who else is not African do have pressure from their parents as well. You know, I think it's just, you know, being a parent. You know, especially anyways, let's use our example. We're from Africa. You gotta understand, they've come over from Africa. They've come over here. They've worked hard. They've tried to make ends meet. You know, things like that. So when you're growing up, when you're growing in this out of this world, they want the best for you. You understand? So, you know, all they can do is dream big for you.
Yeah.
You understand? And obviously, it kind of clashes because, you know, they want the best for you, but they can't exactly tell you what to do.
Yeah.
In terms of like career or in terms of like, you know, they can guide you, they can advise you, but sometimes, you know, some African parents are more lenient than others.
Yeah.
But some of them do apply this pressure. Like for me, my mom wanted me to study law.
Okay.
You know, she wanted, you know, maybe doctor, I think she said, you know, she's always constant, what do you want to do, what do you want to do? But growing up, I never knew what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You understand? I was good at a few things. I was good at football, boxing. I didn't know what I want to do. So as time went by, as I went uni, you know, my favorite subject was IT, but obviously she didn't think, you know, it was profitable at that time, you know, but now she's asking me how to copy and paste. You get me? So, I mean, like, for me, I was just a bit rugged, innit? I was used to tell my mom, look, I want to do this and I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? You don't do that. No, listen, money's in this one, money's in that one. I'm like, at the end of the day, because if you're going to force a child, for example, to do something that they're not interested in or have no passion into it, you know, they're not going to succeed. They're not going to succeed at all. So, like, for example, if I have my child and they say, oh, daddy, I want to be an astronaut. I want to, you know, just for crying out loud. Yeah, I say, okay, what do you know about astronauts? Have you researched astronauts?
Yeah.
What do they do? I want to know, because if it's a passion for you, then I'm going to support you. You understand? When it fails, I'll pet you.
You
and
said
then
when?
No, if it fails, sorry.
Oh.
You see, it's African in me. Astronaut.
I would say astronaut. You want to fly.
If you get it, you know what I mean? So, like, if, like, for example, they fail, you still support them. You still, you know, onto the next dream. You understand? Until they find what they really love and what they're good at, you know, to persevere in that field. Yeah.
I find that it maybe comes from like a generational thing, because like I realized that back in their days, like, children are seen, not heard. So basically, you do what I'm telling you to do.
Yeah, that's most
Like,
African mentality, anyways.
I feel like that's where it comes from. One, and two, it's like you said, it comes from like a place of like they can see what they want for you. It's not coming from like a malicious place. But what, like, one, they what's the word, like, they are talking out of basically what they know and what they don't know. So what they know is doctor, lawyer, all those those professions. They earn a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what? They bring home the bacon, like, literally. You
Not
know,
really, but yeah.
That's what they know. And what they don't know is if you're going to succeed in this new field where that you're actually passionate about, because one, they've never seen, like, maybe they haven't seen your work or like how you deal with that thing, or two, maybe they're friends, because I feel like they go a lot of like what their friends and family like tell them. So one or two, like, they don't see any friend or family in that career, so it's like for you to come and do that, it's like
like, but I went through that as well when I started doing boxing at the age of 14. You know, my mom, you know, this boxing you're doing, are you sure? You know, make sure you still studying, you have to go to uni and all this kind of stuff. But like, I was really passionate about it. It got to a point that I was disciplined. I used to wake up for, like, for example, college, let's say first year college. I've left the house 7 a.m. I've gone to college from 9 maybe to about 4. Yeah, then I've gone to do like a quick 4-hour shift in Sports Direct.
Wow.
Then from Sports Direct, I'm flying to the boxing gym. You understand? I'm not reaching home till like after 11. And she's thinking, you're only 17. Why are you coming home? You leave early in the morning and then come home late at night. Who are you? You know what I mean? Who are you? You know, but at that time, it's a shame that obviously instead of realizing that, you know what, this child is a bit disciplined in what the things he's doing. You know, obviously, you know, I don't blame them, because like you said, if it's generational, it's what they've learned from where they've come from. You know, what my grandma's taught her, what my great grandma's taught my grandma, you understand? So these things, it's only now like my mom is adapting into this Western world and the way of doing things, and times have changed, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, peer pressure was there for me when I was doing my boxing, but I stood my ground, so I'm still doing it.
Definitely. And I feel like, even in saying that, like, I feel like just obviously not for your parents, because obviously even in our big ages we really respect our parents and we really want to do well and make them proud. But I feel like there comes a time when you have to be true to what, like, you believe in and what you think is gonna work, and then in turn show them like, this is what I believe in and it's gonna work. Like, this is what I kind of believe in. This is like, it's gonna work. Like,
do you know what I learned? Me trying to convince my mom with words that I believe in this, I believe in that, I believe in this, I can do this, I want to do business is good, you know, and just talking it's not gonna get her to understand your revelation or vision. So what I did was I stopped the talking, took actions,
definitely,
and then I got results. When I go home, I say, Mom, there's small change. Small change. Keep going back, Mom, here's another small change. Where is this coming from?
That
you understand? You know what I mean? So like she started to see results. She started to see, it's like, okay, this is what, so basically what he believes in, he's actually doing it. And then he's been saying this for years and he's going for it. And I'm seeing results. So when they see it, it's like, okay, let me leave him to it.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I feel like obviously like that strategy, that's a good strategy, because no one's gonna like turn down money.
No one's gonna turn down money.
No one's gonna turn down money. But I feel like external like influences, like such as like maybe friends that might not like agree with, or maybe not, they don't even, not that they don't agree, but it's like that they don't see like a profit in it. So like,
what do you mean?
As in, like, say for example, like you started a business, and then your friends were just like, oh, like I see you doing this thing, like, and they're just like, I rate you for it, but I don't see it, like, kind of going anywhere, and they can be the kind of like whispers in your ear, like,
let them think that.
I find like a lot of people are just like, because they're too much friend, it's like it's like their destiny becomes like a democracy. Like people have their say, and they're just like, oh, what do you think I should? And then it's like they compromise because of what people have said.
Well, yeah. You see, for me, you know, if you try to please people, you're not gonna get very far. You know, and when you do try to stand out, you know, you are gonna get persecuted. It's inevitable. Definitely. It's definitely inevitable. You know, that's why you just have to have your own mind. You know, see me, when I have friends, I told one of my friend, it was a couple years ago, I said, I want to be the first black trillionaire. He laughed. I told him, he said, how you gonna do that? I gave him a vision. That's a small one. You know, I even thought it was small. You know, he started laughing, and I was so happy that he was laughing, because I'm thinking, if you can't tell your friend a dream and he doesn't laugh at you, I'm thinking you're a joker. Like, then it's not of God. You know what I mean? If your friends don't laughing at you and say you're a joker, how you gonna? What you mean? You wanna do this and this and do this and do that? It's impossible. Then you know that if he says impossible, then it's of God. You know what I mean? You know, so yeah, I mean, to be honest, stick with your guns and don't listen to what people have to tell you or say. That's their opinion. You understand? Wow. When the results come in, they're gonna ask you, how do you do that?
Exactly. You know? It's always the ones that were saying, this thing is not gonna work. They're always like your audience in the end, like, oh, how did you do? How did you do? Yeah. But it's crazy, man.
So what about, obviously, you know, so I was gonna ask you, you know, obviously you have little ones, you know, so would you support them in anything that they want to do?
Do you know what? I now see that
like, exactly, since you're in the shoe now.
Yeah, I'm now in the shoes, and it's like, before I was just like, like, it's not that it's an attack, but I feel attacked. Like, how can you not, like, but like there's a certain concern that comes, like, when you're a parent, and it's just like, not that I don't believe that you can do what you want to do, but I know what you're capable of, and sometimes it's like, I want you to do well for you, type of thing. Like, I don't want you to, it's not that I'm trying to impose my, like, you know, my beliefs on you, but I, like, there's a certain level of know-how that I've seen, I've grown, you know, I've experienced certain things. Maybe like my perspective might not be as broad as theirs, because like times are changing and there's different, you know.
I think, to be honest, the most important thing a parent can do for a child, you know, is, you know, to give them Christ. That's the most important thing. You know, to let them know who Christ is. And when they find their identity in Christ, they can find out who they are. You understand? Me personally, that's what my own belief is.
Wow. Do you know what? There was a person that he even came on this he came on the show, and he was talking about how, like, he's a comedian. He was at first, like, he was telling his mom, I'm a comedian, but you know, like, African people, they don't
you want to tell a joke for a living.
Joke, man. Like, you're a jester, like.
But they don't understand how hard it is to go out there and tell jokes to make people laugh. It takes a skill. It takes art.
Yeah. So now, like, obviously, like, he's coming up, like, he's done different things. Like, he's took his mom to see the Prince, like, on a couple occasions. Like, he's been in like environments with royals.
Yeah, he's
like
doing his thing. He's doing his thing.
Now he's even moved to he's moved into Chelsea, and he didn't even tell his mum where he moved to. He was like, oh yeah, just drop me off, like just drop me off. He put the address in the sat nav, and then she was driving. She was like, but isn't Soho this side? Like pointing out different landmarks. Like, yeah, it's 10 minutes away.
He showed her the crib.
I think we've got the wrong place. Like, I think we've got the wrong place. He's like, no, I just live there. Like, the way her jaw hung open. Like, is this my son? Like, like also like bragging rights for the people back home. Like, you never guess where lives now. So it's like, obviously, he was saying that even though at first she was kind of like, it's like a fear type of thing, I think. At first, it's like she was a bit afraid. But then she was like, when she saw that this is actually something that is, like you said, is profiting him, then she was just like, okay, do your thing. Like, just do your thing. And then now she's seeing the fruit, she's seeing the results. And he was like, that's where her biggest support,
that's what they want to see. They want to see the fruits, they want to see the results. That's not to see the fruits and results, the kickback.
Yeah.
The kickback.
Yeah, that's why you have to be serious within yourself. Like, if it's something that you really want to do, like, go for it.
Go for it.
Full force. Because if you don't, then it's like they're going to look at the thing that you were looking at and say, I told you. Didn't I tell you that? You're doing it half-hearted.
Because imagine if you had a dream and you tell your mom and you know, she doesn't believe in it. And then it always stays a dream because you never took action. So she's going to turn around and say, look, I told you this thing. You understand? So
when it actually was, you actually were capable of it. You were just either lazy or you didn't believe in yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's mad. And I feel like belief can like push you to different.
Belief and faith can push. Can, you know, it makes the sky just the beginning. You know what I mean? You know, people say the sky is the limit, but you know, with faith and belief, you know, you can do anything you want to do. You know, you can do anything you want to do. To be honest, so I mean, that's why I say I persevere. You know, solid in my faith. You know, I persevere. You know, I try to take a lot of actions, you know, as much actions as possible, you know, for my dream to, you know, to get the best outcome, you know, so yeah.
Has there ever been a time that someone has actually come up to you and been like, you know, this thing that you're doing is actually like...
I mean, a lot of people show a lot of love, you know, you know. You know, obviously everyone wants to get fit. You know, I'm just trying to bring like fitness in a different way, fun. You know, fun, interactive. You know, good vibes, good energy. You know, and at the same time, imagine having fun and you're getting ripped and you're losing weight at the same time.
It's true.
Yeah, just a different way. You know, I lost like a lot. I love boxing. So I think it's an art. You know, so yeah.
I used to box for a little while.
Really?
Yes, and I miss it. So I might come.
Come true. Yeah. It's a tough sport, but it's very, very rewarding.
Yeah, definitely.
Very, very rewarding.
Do you know what? Yeah, thinking about it, it just came into my head. There's a new movie out called Soul.
Soul.
Yeah,
okay.
And it's like a Disney Pixar movie, and Jamie Foxx is the main character.
Okay.
And basically he's got a 12-year-old daughter. And the 12-year-old daughter was like, Dad, you've actually made it now. And he was like, all these films that I've been doing is now that I've made it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it just showed me that like everyone's perception of like how you've made it, success, like is so different. Like for her, obviously Disney is her thing. Like she's a little kid, and like that's what she sees as this is
the big thing.
This is the big thing. But all these other movies that he's been doing from years,
and crafting and grinding,
gotten awards, different things. Like she's not
that is just on TV.
But
like, Disney, that is made it.
Yeah, he's made it. Like it's actually something I rate. I feel like it's in the eye of the beholder at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean?
That's why I feel like you should like see success for yourself.
Of course.
Or know success for yourself. Because if someone comes and tells you what success is, then...
I just say thank you.
Yeah, true.
Thank you and carry on with my actions.
Yeah, because it's relative, to be honest. Someone else's success, it might not even be that much to you.
Yeah.
Or it might be like even far-fetched to you. Like how do I get there? But if you know it for yourself and you know what you want to bring to the table at the end of the day, your own journey, then I feel like you break thresholds that you didn't even...
Of course. You're definitely right about that one. Definitely.
Yeah.